Well, that's a little better night at the office. I've told you guys time and time again, if you have the right class for the right horse, it makes things go easier. The only one that I feel bad for tonight was, Great Bet and Dominic had been racing the last little while, and this is not a horse that you can take back to 5th or 6th and be 2nd or 3rd over with. He's a big, cowardly bully sometimes, and he likes to be in where he can beat up on horses, and he wasn't even at his best tonight. He was good, but he'll be even better, and these are great classes for these horses. Man, Militant beat up on his rivals tonight. Who else do we have? Purple People Eater got up. Victory Blue Chip, I just didn't have him in a very good position, an attacking position. Clearly, that horse showed nothing and looked like somebody had amished him, and then Donnie Irvine, old Wiley Donnie, he's a pretty sharp guy, and that horse certainly looked pretty good tonight. He crushed us tonight, and Justin drove him good. So let's go back to the start of the day. I woke up this morning in Ontario. I trained 4 babies before 8:15 in the morning. They all trained good. I was very happy with the way they trained. I sent out a text to Dominic and Danny, just telling them how proud I was and how I was happy with the way the horses looked. A few little things I wanted to try with them over the next few weeks. I was thoroughly impressed with how strong and durable Princess Dream felt today. Now, I didn't bust her up or anything. I went a mile in 2:34 at a mile and a half, but I could have went lots more, and she was very happy. Emily, I love Emily, sends me this picture of Princess Dream laying down. I said, she's just a smart girl. And this is the thing, right? Now she's there, and what I'd said to Danny, rather than worried about going, I'm going to go 3 seconds faster and forth, just stay between 25 and 35 at a mile and a half speed for the next 2 weeks. We'll reassess her in 2 or 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, to see how she feels. But as I said to Emily today, I think she's going to be ready to go in 5 weeks. That's when I think that Princess Dream will be ready to rock. Now, I want to look at her calendar. If we can give her more time looking at her calendar, then we will. I don't think we can have her ready properly earlier than that, but I want to see what's going on with her calendar. But truly impressed with her today. Really happy with her. You're awake anyway. Oh, give me that phone. It's way too late for phones. Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Put it in the box.
Why?
In the box. You're not supposed to have it after 10 o'clock and it's 11.
I know people that parents don't even get them bedtimes.
Oh, really? Yeah. They're called wild animals. Okay? They're called feral. That's what they are. They probably sleep outside.
No, they don't.
Don't know how to use cutlery yet. Just chase around animals in the yards. So Princess Dream was good. I'll tell you who I thought was very, very good was Chicago Hall, and I trained him up hard today. Said to James, I went a mile in 17, last half in 3. He was well within himself, on his toes and sharp, looking for a nice qualifier from him on Saturday. I might have threatened James a little bit. Now, I know James isn't going to go mile 58 or anything with him. I said 59 or 2 minutes, and I saw him look at me like, come on, I think I'm going to go in 2-1. And he knows I am coming to Ontario this weekend. So I suspect he'll go around 50, 59. So I was happy with Chicago. He's ready to rock. He's ready to go. Had a good conversation with the veterinarian this afternoon also. I know you guys may not have noticed, but Gaslight Hall, Resolve Indeed, we'll talk about her in a second, in Chicago Hall. Their vet bills were a little high last month. They're going to be a little high this month. We're just getting them set up for the summer. I'm really, really happy with what I've seen from all 3 of those horses, but I did want to touch on that briefly. Resolve Indeed, who I just said, also very happy with her. She's a little closer than I thought. 2:17 last half in 5. I told Dominic and Danny, go a mile in 2:25 to 2:30 at a mile and a half speed on Saturday, and then Mohawk next Wednesday, 2:10, 2:12 in the race bike. I know there'll be objections from the stable.
Why are we going down?
Duly noted, because I told you, honey, you have to get lunch for your dance tomorrow. We're going to Walmart. I know there'll be objections, but maybe one more week. There's going to be no more weeks. She's going to Mohawk next Wednesday, 2:10, 2:12 in the race bike. Gaslight Hall, I liked. I think he's a couple of pounds overweight, which is okay. And a little. I made a comment today and said that he was sitting down on me in the turns, and Greg, one of our partners, said, "I don't understand that term. What do you mean?" He just feels a little lethargic when he's going. Now we've been swimming and jogging and training, and he's sound, but I think he's a little worn out over the last little while. So I had told Danny, no more pool for this guy, just straight land work, and Wednesday, Saturday training, but just 235, 225, 230. Don't go any faster. We don't need to put any speed into him just this second. I just want to jog 3 miles a day, nice and easy, maybe some field time, open, happy bridle on him. Just want to sharpen him back up. He just felt a little worn out, to be honest. And well within himself and working hard, but just got to go the other way, freshen him up a little bit. So I was happy with the horses. Get in the car. We drove all the way over here, Ava and I. We got here a couple of minutes early, but I'll tell you what, I was in the 6th race at the Meadows, and we pulled in as the 5th race was going by the 3/4 pole. That's what time we pulled in. Got in, ready for landing. Good news, he didn't bleed. A little short today. Raced great. I was very, very happy with his manners today, and I almost texted Tim the other day and said, "Hey, what about taking the flip-flops off this horse this week? We'll just go to a 9/16", and I didn't. I said he's coming in short off 2 weeks and didn't train him up super hard. He's always had those flip-flops on. Let's just leave them. No. And here's the thing, and I'll try to explain it to you easiest way I can. I set the hobbles where I wanted them because we had put new hobbles on them. I set the new hobbles on them how I wanted them. This might not even be open now, is it? Google it. Oh, you can't because you don't have your phone. I'll give you your phone for one moment. Google Walmart Macedonia. Geez, that doesn't look open. There's a bunch of cars here, but just Google it. So ready for landing. Left to the front, everything felt great. Getting into the last turn when I started to stretch him out, really asked him to fight off that horse coming to him. Closed. I felt, well, I guess we're going to have to get it tomorrow then. What time do you have to be there?
9 a.m.
Oh, that's lots of time. Peppers doesn't open until 9:30, I don't think, right? Why don't you Google that? I think it opens up at 9:30. But I can get you something.
Peppers, Macedonia, opens 9 a.m.
Oh, perfect. You can go to dance. I can drop you something off at dance, right?
Do you have to be there at like a specific time? You can't be late.
No, but if I drop you off at like 8:45 and then go to Peppers for 9, and I can walk you back over.
No, you're not allowed in the studio. Look at the email. There's no parents allowed in the studio.
Can I leave it at the door then, and you can come and get it at the door?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Or you're not.
Read the email. They were
Please.
really strict.
It's not an FBI interview. It's a
They
dance
were really strict.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, I'm sure you won't.
When did Walmart close?
Well, it is 11 o'clock at night. So, ready for landing. So as we got into the last turn, I asked him for a little bit more pop, and I felt the hobbles tighten up. He was trying to stretch out. Now, you could say he was trying to stretch out, but I did leave with him. He didn't stretch out then. I don't think he was stretching at all. I think he was
It
slipping.
just closed at 11.
Yeah, well, I can't help that. I think he was trying to trot forward, and he's slipping a little bit with those flip-flops on. The track was nice today, but it had a good cushion on it. Great for the horses, bad for the flip-flops. So 9/16 next week, and if you watch the race on the run out, as they say, past the wire. I don't know if they show that or not. Past the wire into the turn, you can see me. I'm letting the hobbles out to where I feel they should be, and I let them out about 4, maybe 5 holes. So you're going to see a longer hobble, no flip-flops on ready for landing next week. He's going to be tight. He didn't bleed today. We checked, so everything is good in that regard. I think he's probably sitting on a 54, 55 mile on a hot day next week. If he gets a trip, I'd rather not race him on the front. I'd rather race him from the 2 or 3 hole next week. So we'll see how that plays out. I wasn't disappointed at all with him today. When you see a horse get beat, but he wasn't at his best, and you can see some real issues that you can work on, it's never a real bad day, and I think we can improve on. Ready for landing for next week for sure. So now we get the babies trained. We got ready for landing raced in the car right away. We literally were at the Meadows for what, 25 minutes?
Yes.
Maybe 30 minutes max.
Yeah.
Got in the car on our way to Northfield. We got a little bite to eat, so had some takeout on the way, and got to Northfield. I warmed up Fire and Shine now. You got to remember, it's For Canadians, it's 35 degrees out. It is boiling hot. Americans, right around 100, 101, 102, something like that. It was hot. I guess I don't regret moving her to the front. I wanted to get Cody, our other horse, in front of us. I didn't want. We'll talk about Socks in a second, but I just wanted him to get in, and I moved her to the front. Now, she was green on the front. She's never trained a lot in the front. She's never raced on the front. She's trained by herself, but never trained like this, right? It's hot. She's got an ear hood on. If I put the earplugs on her, she's in the winner's circle tonight. It's her first start, right? I just wanted to keep her quiet. I was very happy with her manners tonight. She wasn't excitable at the gate. She followed around the turn good. She popped over to the front good. She let me tap the brakes. She went on when I asked her to go on. She just got beat fair and square up the inside. And she's not a sire stake filly. She's a nice little filly. Could she race in the Buckeye? Yeah. The track, it's so weird. Some races it seems slow, and then other races it seems okay. In her race, it did seem slow. Whatever. You never want to see a horse get picked off when you put it on the front. I was a little arrogant thinking, as soon as I made front, the race is over. I had trained her pretty good the last 2 weeks. I thought she was tight enough. Thought she was ready to go. She was. She was just a little bit green. A little bit green. She'd put the horse away on the outside of her. It kind of shut down. And then at that point, you can't start back up. Not when everything is culminating at that time, right? You can't start her back up when it's hot out. You just got to the head of the lane in her first lifetime start, for the first time she's been asked and pressed. She puts away all the horses that she can see on the outside. She got an open bridle on, and she got a Murphy blind on the left. But they're just doing construction. She got a Murphy blind on the left. Didn't see that horse coming until it's too late. There's probably nothing she can do at that point anyway. So not her fault. That's what I'm getting at. Now Socks. Socks is not a sprinter. If I had been driving him, I would have put him right on the blower and raced him, but he's got all year. He's got to learn to work also. And the one thing I will say is we had cryoed his left curb earlier in the winter, and they still seem to have a little puffiness to them. We looked at them the other day. He trained good. We blistered them after he trained. Everything seemed good. I didn't really see anything wrong with them. If anything, I saw maybe a hint of right front in the mile. Dancing Yankees, we've done their knees a couple of times. In fact, I'm fancy like we just did her knees, and her right knee was bothersome. That you may say, Anthony, come on now, one's a female, one's a male, who cares, the same sire, but you do see some of the same traits. So I would suspect I'm going to hit Dr. Latessa. Jason and I talked about this at length earlier in the night. I'm going to have Dr. Latessa look at him tomorrow. If he thinks there's smoke, then we're going to fire them. That's the way it is. We're gonna cryo those curbs up, probably inject his knees. He'll miss next week, and then go the week after. We'll go to a fair or something with him. I wasn't disappointed with him tonight, but he's a big colt. He's not a sprinter, right? Half in a minute, a mile, 59.4 on a track that really did feel a little slow for that race anyway. I wasn't disappointed with him. Certainly happy with the rest of the card. Purple People Eater, so smart. Now she just let me take her off the gate, dropped in fourth, sat. I knew the horse to beat was on the front end. I was going to come with her, and out came the guy in front of me. I just followed him down the backstretch and moved her over to the head of the lane, and man, she trotted her butt off all the way through the wire and ran down that leader. And I was very, very happy with the way she raced. A great race from her. And again, just a great class for this filly. Victory Blue Chip, I didn't have in a striking position. I'll be completely frank with you. When I warmed him up, I said to Jason, he's going to win. I don't think he loses. Now, if you look at the program, that horse that won the race, I'm telling you, I'm almost certain they bought that horse from the Amish. Somebody sold the horse to the Amish. The Amish sold the horse to Donnie, or Donnie bought it privately or something. But it was racing terrible and got turned over. And certainly the horse that I raced against tonight was not reflective of the lines it showed, that's for sure. So good job by Donnie, a great old horseman, and Justin knew what he was doing. In the first turn, I was going to let him in. I'm like, this horse is no good. Go on to the front. Keep going. And he did. He jogged. And around the last turn, I was loaded. Now, Victory Blue Chip trots the turns better than the straightaways. And I wish I had been able to get him going around the last turn. I'm second easy if I do. But I couldn't get him out till the head of the lane. And he's still very tentative. He touches up on his jacks in the straightaways. And he was good tonight, though. I like what I saw from him tonight. I wasn't disappointed with Victory Blue Chip either, at all. I thought the horse raced rather well. I would have liked to see him get up for second, but I know what I have to do with him next week now. We got to be in top speed as we get into the last turn, and he'll rattle in the last turn, and then you just got to put the bit in his mouth and growl at him through the lane. He'll take off. Next week will be a better performance. I think I just somewhat along the same lines as Fire and Shine, maybe just a little too arrogant when it came to what I had under the hood and how I was going to use it. I just thought he was going to be a winner when I looked at the program, and obviously didn't see the ringer hanging out there at number 7. But I thought he raced well. Now, Great Bet and Militant finished off the cards. Both of them won. I told you guys that I had galloped Great Bet very hard the other day, and I had every intention of waking him up tonight. Shake the ring rust off him. I knew he was in with horses that he should be able to handle on paper. I knew that he could be a bit of a cheater and a bit of a coward before, and I wasn't really enthused about the way he'd been driven lately. Here's a horse that has tactical speed, can usually leave and get himself spotted, and we're dragging him off the gate to get away second and third over, and it reflects poorly. And I hear people say, well, Dominic maybe just doesn't get the most out of him. Well, Dominic's not driving him, right? And that's upsetting, but it happens. I'm sure that Jay or whoever picked up the program looked at him and said, he's 9-1 morning line going on the track, going behind the gate. Especially for Jay, he made that break in Flamborough also, which causes red flags to go up. Truthfully speaking, if he made that break on Jay, I maybe would have just listed somebody else. I have no problem with Jay Harris driving. I think he's a very good driver, does very good on the B tracks, and can probably drive anywhere with the right amount of power. I like the kid. He's always done good. But in this particular case, his confidence level was probably a little low on Great Bet going into his last start, because when you get a 6-horse field, you're dropping into a condition claimer for the first time ever. I'm going out of there with him. And he didn't. And to be fair to Jay, I don't know the horses he was in with, but man, he certainly pounded them tonight. 28-2, and I got the guy on the outside with the pink glasses and no gloves and growling at his horse, and I'm like, hard no. But as he was growling at his horse, Great Bet's braving it up, right? And as I called on him starting to the backstretch, he knew it was time to go. Last half, 56-4, 57 apiece, I don't know. Half 58-2, mile 55-1. Last half 56-4, and he was all business tonight. Now his class goes back Monday. He's not getting a holiday. He's going back Monday, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going to be in Ontario Monday. And Aaron Merriman was there, and Jason and I are talking. And I looked there and I said, think you can get this guy across on Monday? He says, I think yes, he'll be just fine. So he's coming back on short order on Monday to race. It might be the next class up, I guess. But the way he raced tonight, and I think he can, that win right there is going to go a long way for Great Bet. Now, a very fair question asked the other day by one of our clients, Anthony, if Great Bet goes on a tear over there, are you going to bring him back for the stakes? Probably not. He's not stake material, right? He's not a sire stake or a grassroots horse. He's going to race for $9,000 US or more right here. There's no need to send him. He'll be fine there for a while. Both him and almost a carbon copy on the trotting side was the next race we're in was Militant. Horse was great. Horse raced awesome. Jogged. What's that? He jogged. The horse ran off in 58. Perfect class for those horses. And that's what I tell you. When you don't gotta stretch them out, when you don't gotta ask them for that extra bit, especially those horses that really just don't want to give it. If you can race a horse at 85-90%, it's a good spot to be in. Now, I think they have to go up a little bit, but as I said to Jason, I think they can handle it. They were very, very good tonight. A great day for the most part at the office. Babies were good, ready for landing. Maybe not next week, because I would like to duck them. maybe not next week, but the week after. In his near future, he's got a win in 54 coming. I feel it. Dance with My Socks will be fine. I want to get those curbs looked at tomorrow. Maybe his knees looked at also. Wasn't disappointed with him tonight. Fire and Shine, same type of thing. You never want to see a horse get beat on the front end their first lifetime start, but I think I was just a little too arrogant with the way I drove her. Purple People Eater was great. Victory Blue Chip was great. And Great Bet and Militant were fantastic also. So what do we have there? 3 wins, a second, a third, a fourth, and a sixth. Pretty good day at the office. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I certainly did. Ava Lily did. So Ava, Scott, we got to get up tomorrow. I got to train some horses tomorrow. Got to take you to dance for 9 a.m. We got to stop and get some stuff in free lunch. What about Starbucks?
Yeah, that'll probably.
What's that?
That'll probably be fine.
Well, you need like a sandwich and stuff, don't you?
They have Lunchable things there. Like put boxes.
Yeah, but they're not that good. You actually need real Lunchables. Those are Starbucks Lunchables. They're not that good. Ava's got dance at 9 a.m. I'm going to go over to the Meadows and race my girl, Green Glitter. She's first lifetime start tomorrow. And then I'm going to pick Ava Lily up after dance, and her and I are going to go to Scioto. We are going to race, it's right here.
Gypsy.
We've got Green Glitter, Gypsy Hill, and Irresistible Sun are going to race. We race at 10 o'clock. We're not getting home till midnight again.
Irish Ray.
Well, Irish Ray's a P, yeah, that's Dan's horse. He doesn't really belong on the calendar, but I like to keep tabs on him anyway. Gypsy Hill, and our boy Drebin's in tomorrow. He's up a class, so he's going to have to, another little jump for him. It was hot this week, and he is a bit of a hemophiliac, so they didn't train him up hard this week. As I said, I had a great talk with Dominic and Danny today, one about the babies and 2 about the horses, and I told them, from now on, make sure they're all on their toes going to the track, make sure they're all sharp, and all in the right class. If they're not in the right class, we're going to move some horses around and make sure they are for you. What is going on here? Is this exit closed, or am I allowed to go up this side of it? What is going on with this lunacy?
No idea.
Well, it doesn't say ramp closed, so must not be. And there's a car right behind me, so. And it was fair anyway, but I told them, I said, summer's now, we're going to continue to weed out the horses. It's just closed down. They must be doing work on the shoulder. We're going to weed out the horses that don't belong. We got our babies coming up, and as I said today, I had to reiterate to everybody, what's our boy's name on Friday? He's not on the calendar Friday. There's not one on the calendar yet. A 2-year-old. The Trixton colt that qualified the other day, Century Legion. They said, we had some work done on him, and he's in Friday. I said, whoa, no. He trains today. The horses train. They're athletes. They're not going into their competitions half-assed. This week is very important because it sets up the stake for next week. If they go out and they don't race well, it's very difficult to drive them with confidence in the stake. Make sure when the horses go to, these are athletes, make sure when they go to the competition that they are well prepared and ready to rock. That goes for overnights too. So it goes without saying, but I thought I wanted to set the tone for the summer also, especially since we have the babies getting qualified and getting ready to go. I had a great conversation with Eric today. The horses train good. As I said, when I was talking to Eric, I said, Gymboree's a little bit behind, so I would train the horses around 2.5, but Gymboree 2.1. Make sure she's tight and ready to go. Eric messaged me back. Little worried Arson was a touch under the weather when he got to Kentucky. Spiked the temperature. They ran a bunch of fluids into him. He was good today. We're going to train him tomorrow in preparation for Monday. Everybody is in on Monday. Scott Zeron's got all the drives on Monday, all 7 of them. Memento Mori, Grand Slam Deal. They all train good today. Gymboree's ready to go. And Westland Warrior, I think that's the one that's going to surprise Scott. We all know, hopefully, Maury is hopefully going to be really good. Gymboree, I hope Scott drives her in a mildly aggressive way. He's coming in. The only time he saw her, she made a break. So I'm going to ask him if he can maybe go last trip with them. It's a lot to ask down there in the heat. You're going to drive a bunch of horses, and then, by the way, can you warm them up? That's a lot to ask. But her in particular, I hope he will. Grand Slam deal. He said trained very, very good today also. And I'm excited about the entire day. You know, there's a decent portion of me that wanted to be the one down there driving, but still, the owner, manager, and operator of the stable in me says, get on the bench. You can watch it with everybody else. So excited about the week ahead, happy about today. As I predicted, great Bet, Militant were very good. Fire and Shine next time. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We're off to a flying start already here at the stable. Keep it going throughout the rest of the week. Take care.